Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I want to make sure we're all good on audio. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Okay, I think I hear everyone. So, hello to everyone in the chat. Um, Welcome to the stream. Looks like we've got 13 people in here right now, which is pretty solid. Obviously, as you can tell from everyone here, we were all at Thrillathon, which was this past Saturday. I think I speak for everyone when I say it was absolutely incredible. Um, And what's even more incredible is the vlog coming out tomorrow. So none of you have seen it yet, obviously, but I'm just gonna say it now that this vlog might be my favorite video I've ever made. It's very entertaining to say the least. But for those of you who don't know everyone, I'll let you all introduce yourselves. So James, you can go ahead and start us off.
Right, what's up, everyone? My name is James. I run the Coaster Complex Instagram account, and yeah, that's really it.
Jack.
Yeah, I'm Jack. My account is Theme Park Picks 55, and I also went to Thrillathon.
Tom.
And hi, my name's Tom. I run Tom's Tracks 99 on Instagram, also on YouTube, but I'm barely on here. And yeah, I was also at Throwathon, as I'm sure you could already tell.
So without further ado, I'm going to get right into the questions because it looks like we have quite a few questions here. Starting off with a question from Hangtime Thrills. Favorite and least favorite theme park, favorite and least favorite movie, favorite and least favorite flat ride. That's a lot of questions.
Good questions, though.
So,
Really good questions.
theme parks, right? I'm going to say my favorite is Silver Dollar City. My least favorite? So, there's a lot of really, really tiny parks that are not good that I've been to. One of those being Steel Pier. But I'm going to go out on a limb here. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to say that. I'll come back to that question. I'll let you guys fill in first. Whoever wants to start can go.
Well, my favorite theme park is Disneyland, and my least favorite theme park is definitely Steel Pier.
James?
It's just not a good park.
Oh man. Okay. My favorite theme park has to be Dollywood. That place is awesome, and I think my least favorite theme park would probably be Keensburg. But yeah.
Tom?
Yeah, so the sample size for me is pretty small. I'd have to say Busch Gardens Williamsburg is my favorite of what I've been to. They just do everything great, from the rides to the food, the everything. And my least favorite is probably Quasi, but just because it's so small and there's only 2 coasters there. But that's not to say it's a bad park. I also haven't been to too many, so there's always time to find a new least favorite park.
And I'm going to have to agree with Jack here and say my least favorite park is Steel Pier. It was an interesting experience. We were there at night. That was when Bob was actually here in Jersey. Yeah, it was a little sketchy there. It's a little sketchy there. And the rides weren't that great either. Let's move on to his next question, which is favorite and least favorite movie. So I don't have a least favorite movie because there's so many bad movies I've seen. I can't even figure out which one it is. But my favorite movie of all time, and I have a feeling I'm not going to be the only one who says this, is Dark Knight. Any other opinions?
Godfather Part 2 is going to be my favorite. I'm going to go outside the superhero genre for that one. Say Godfather Part 2. And least favorite movie, again, so many bad movies. My apartment, we had a marathon of Kangaroo Jack and Cat in the Hats that killed us. It was terrible, but they're so bad that they're great.
I think my favorite movie, I mean, less of like it being a great movie and more of just like a thing that I've always wanted to watch, is probably The Goonies. It's just, I've watched it a lot, and it's a very fun movie. And then, I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite movie, but I've definitely seen a lot of bad ones.
James?
I think I'm gonna agree with Colin. Dark Knight is easily my favorite movie. I remember seeing it in theaters back in 2008. It was a great movie. And I gotta say, I don't have a least favorite. I've seen a lot of terrible movies, so it's hard to pick one.
I definitely agree there. And finally, favorite and least favorite flat ride. My favorite flat ride, I'm going to say it's probably the Scream and Swing by S&S. That ride, especially Skyhawk at Cedar Point, is just absolutely incredible, especially when you get a night ride on it. It's unreal. As for least favorite, I've ridden a lot of really bad flat rides. Man, I don't really know. None really jump to my mind as the worst, but there's definitely quite a few really bad ones I've done. A lot of like very uncomfortable flat rides. James?
I think my most favorite flat ride might be the giant discoveries. Those are always a lot of fun, especially since we got Wonder Woman over at Great Adventure now. So that's a really good ride. And I think it's not necessarily my least favorite, but one of my lesser favorite flat rides, because I don't really have a least favorite, is probably the Zamperla Discos. But yeah, so.
Jack?
I think my favorite flat rides are kind of a toss-up between, like James said, the Giant Discoveries. I really liked Skyhawk at Canada's Wonderland. And I don't know, the those Larson drop towers are really good. So yeah, and then least favorite dark ride or flat ride. I don't know, Shivering Timbers at or whatever, Soaring Timbers at Canada's Wonderland is really bad. You know, it's very confined. You're just kind of stuck in there, and it just slowly flips around. So I wouldn't say it's a really bad one, but it's just not that fun or intense.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with James and say the Giant Discoveries are my favorite flat ride. It's right near the edge of what I'm willing to do, and so it's always like really thrilling. And least favorite, I'm going to go very specific. There was a carnival in my town that used to be like a yearly thing. They stopped doing it, but for some reason I rode the zipper there once. It was just so uncomfortable, and I was getting banged up against the cage. Anyone who's ridden any of those independent carnival zipper rides knows what I'm talking about, so I think it'll have to be that.
I think I might need to change my answer to that.
Yeah,
I rode one.
I have never had the unfortunate displeasure to ride one of those, but I've been told they're like brutal. So
yeah,
I
they're
guess
not.
you could say I
They're
anticipate riding
terrible.
one just to see how bad it is.
It's pretty bad.
Cool coasters. It looks like we already answered your question, but thank you. Thrill Seeker Central. What's everyone's top 5? Mine is 5 Skyrush, 4 Phoenix, 3 Steel Vengeance, 2 Toro, 1 Voyage. I will actually not be revealing my top 5. And the only reason for that is the fact that I do plan on releasing my top 25 really, really soon. So stay tuned for that. But I'm sure you guys all have ideas of what your top 5 is.
Yeah, I'll go with mine. And mine, keep in mind, I've been to only a handful of parks, so chew me out in the comments if you want. But my top 5 as it stands right now is Skyrush at number 5, Wicked Cyclone at New England at number 4, I-305 is number 3, 2 is El Toro, and 1 is Twisted Timbers. I went to KD yesterday for a day trip, and I-305 was running really well, so I might have to retool that a little bit. And obviously, I-305 is a lot more fresh in my mind than Toro is right now. But yeah, that will probably most likely change next year with what I got planned.
My top 5 is I have Skyrush also at number 5, Fury number 4, El Toro number 3, Steel Vengeance number 2, and Intimidator 305 at number 1.
Oh man, my top 5, I'm not really sure. If I had to take a guess, I know number 1 is Steel Vengeance, number 2 would probably be Lightning Rod, number 3 is Fury, number 4 would be Intimidator 305, and I think number 5 would probably be El Toro.
Nice. I hope you all are excited to see my top 5 because it's interesting. It's interesting. I know, Tom, what's your coaster count again?
I just actually at King's Dominion yesterday hit 90. Woodstock Express at KD was number 90 for me. I was also able to pick up Flight of Fear and what's the other one I was missing? I can't even remember.
Woodstock Express, or did you already say that?
No, it was Apple's
Apple's
Apple.
Apple.
That was the third one. So yes, it was 3 more I needed from that park. Obviously can't get on Great Pumpkin Coaster. So as of now, I have all the coasters I can get there. So I'm officially up to 90. Hopefully next year I'll hit 100.
Well, if you're tiny like me, you probably would have been able to squeeze a ride on Great Pumpkin Coaster. I got very lucky there. I know, Jack, you're right around 200 if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, like 190 or somewhere around there.
And James, what are you in, like around the 250 range if I'm right, I think?
Yeah, very close to 250. I'm going to be going to, I think I'm getting to 250 around November or December.
Nice. Let's move on to the next question. Another one from Hangtime Thrills. Favorite and least favorite water slide, favorite and least favorite events. What coast-related games do you play? Favorite water slide. I am going to have to go with Thunder Rapids at Fiesta, Texas. That's their water coaster. and my God, did it surprise me. I was not expecting it to be that good. My least favorite water slide is actually going to have to be the drop slides at New England, Six Flags New England. Reason for that is it was my first drop slide, so I wasn't really used to it as it is. And maybe I was standing too far away from the wall. I don't really know what happened, but it just destroyed my back and made me not do a drop slide again until Volcano Bay this past summer. So, yeah, definitely my least favorite there. James?
I think my favorite water slide is definitely King Cobra, which is actually now operating at the Hurricane Harbor in Mexico. And if I had to pick a least favorite, I'm gonna have to agree with you again. Not the drop slide that you went on, but the one I went on was at Casino Pier, and it's a cool concept, but it's just not really for me.
Mm-hmm. Jack?
I think my favorite water slide is Krakatoa at Volcano Bay.
That's a great one.
And least favorite, I mean, I've never really been on a bad water slide. Even like the drop slides I've done, like the ones at Dorney and Volcano Bay, were all fine. But I don't know. There's definitely some less fun ones. Like Hurricane Harbor in New Jersey has a couple just very meandering tube slides. I forget what they're called, but I guess those would be my least favorite.
Yeah, those are Bada Bing, Bada Boom is like the name of the whole tube slide thing.
Ones.
And I've only ever been to Hurricane Harbor in Jackson, haven't done a whole lot of water slides. So by default, I guess that's my favorite. But my real favorite is just when you got a couple buddies and you get a tarp and throw water and soap on that. That's a fun water slide. I don't think I can count that, though. But my least favorite also at Hurricane Harbor is the wave racer, the mat racer slides. Because I don't know, maybe I wrote it weird, but I just got completely thrown off the tube toward the bottom, got water in my eyes and all that. So I wasn't having a good time on that one.
Interesting. Next one, I think we could probably go through really quick. Favorite and least favorite events. So I'm not really going to say a least favorite event because I haven't been to enough to really judge it. But out of the Halloween and Christmas events I've been to, my favorite event is 100% Dorney Park's Haunt, which might be a weird pick, but Coaster Madness in 2019 really showed me how good a Halloween event could be, and that was at Dorney Park. It was just incredible. Yeah, like I said, I don't have a least favorite because I really haven't done enough. But James, what are your opinions? I think I know what your answer is going to be.
You probably do. I haven't done enough, but Colin's stealing my answer once again, and my favorite is going to be Halloween Haunt at Dorney Park because I went to Coaster Madness in 2018, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
Jack?
I'm also going to say Halloween Haunt at Dorney Park because I've only been to a handful of Halloween events and that's definitely the best one. But I guess also very close up there is Winterfest at King's Dominion is really well done. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go against the grain here. I have not done Dorney's Haunt yet. That'll change this year. Spoiler alert, I'll be going to that for Coaster Madness. If they do that, right? It's Haunt technically also?
Yeah, it is Haunt. It's Haunt.
Okay, yeah. You can really tell I've never done it. But I'll say my favorite that I've done is Holiday in the Park. It's Great Adventure because Christmas is my favorite holiday, and the whole atmosphere of the park has changed. So did they also ask about least favorite events?
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess I'll answer that too. And because I've only ever done Great Adventures events, I did Fright Fest at Six Flags America. So I'll say that's my least favorite. But both of them are my least favorite because of the crowds. Like, I love Halloween. It's great. I love doing all the scary stuff and all the fall activities. But when you have such a massive crowd, it's really hard to enjoy them to like the full potential.
I definitely can see where you're coming from on that one. And finally, what coaster-related games do you play? I know I speak for James and I when I say that Planet Coaster is my main one. I've dabbled a little bit in No Limits. It's a little too complicated for me. But one that I played all the time when I was a kid was Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I also played Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 a lot too, but RCT 3 was my main go-to back in the day.
I've pretty much played most of the games that are out there, but I guess the ones that I most play are No Limits 2, and like Colin, I played Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 like every day for years, but I don't play that anymore.
Yeah, me too. Back on like my old desktop, I had RCT, Roller Coaster Tycoon, 3. I never really got into No Limits or anything like that because I just don't generally have time for video games. But when I was little, I used to do a lot in Minecraft, like make my own roller coaster, if that counts for anything. I never played the games that much.
James, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I think I played No Limits and made a arrow looper, and that was it. And then Valley, and I just gave up afterwards. But I mainly played Planet Coaster a lot. And another game, I played a lot of the older Roller Coaster Tycoon games, but for some reason, I played a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon World when that came out. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know, played a lot of that game for some reason. Who knows?
Yeah, I have not heard the best things about that game. Didn't it like get shut down or something, or just
I
like
think
get
it did.
discontinued?
It was a failure. I think it did.
Yeah.
So moving on to Joey's question, will you be going to all Power Hour days? I will be going most Power Hour days. I will be there for the first Fright Fest Power Hours next Thursday. Probably most of them in September. I don't know about October because they're on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and well, I have school and so does everyone else, so that's a little bit tougher to do. But I don't know about everyone else. That's something I don't know.
I'm not going to be at a majority of them because school for me is in Delaware. It's about an hour and a half hike to the park. If I were closer to home, definitely I would try to get to a majority of them. But with class schedules going late on Thursdays, which is when those primarily are going to be, I have no clue when I'm going to get to Power Hours or Fright Fest in general, and I certainly don't want to have to go to Fright Fest on a Friday or Saturday night when these options are available, so I'll just have to hope that my schedule can cooperate for me to get to those.
Yeah, I'll probably go to a couple of them. Probably the first one, but I mean, my schedule gets pretty busy once we get into October, so I probably won't go to any in October.
I would love to get out to them, to all of them, but obviously, I started college now, so I'm not like Tom where I'm an hour and a half away, but there's a lot of events going on, so I'll definitely try and make it out to a few, to say the least.
Who's going to 10 years? I'm guessing that's supposed to say of Zip and Pippin. I don't think any of us have plans to go to Wisconsin for that one. Next, comment. My least favorite is Epcot. If you're a coaster enthusiast, I 100% see why. But Epcot is definitely up there as one of the best themed parks, especially World Showcase. Future World's a little weird, but
and if you're 21, you get to drink around the world. So if you're not 21, I can see why Epcot's a little boring.
I mean, I really like Epcot. It's one of my favorite parks, but that's because I really like Disney. But I mean, right now, pretty much the entire front of the park is just construction walls because they're like redoing the whole entrance area, putting in Guardians of the Galaxy. But I think in a few years, people that like coasters and theme parks will definitely like it a lot more. But I definitely see right now why some people don't like that as much.
Yeah, I remember Epcot being really cool, but then again, I haven't been there since 2006, so I don't really remember too much about it. But I'm looking forward to getting back there later this year, so it's gonna be fun.
There's quite a few questions here again. Least favorite B&M, favorite and least favorite manufacturer, least favorite Intamin coaster, least favorite Vekoma coaster, not Goliath because it got new Premier trains. So I'm going to try to speed through this. I'm going to do all of them. Least favorite B&M might have to be Firebird at Six Flags America. If not that, maybe Vortex. They're not necessarily bad rides, but they're not the most fun either. My favorite manufacturer is going to have to be Intamin. My least favorite manufacturer, maybe Pinfari. Least favorite Intamin coaster. I guess Wilderness Run by default. Least favorite Vekoma coaster. It's definitely Goliath at New England, but since you said not Goliath, it's probably going to be its neighbor, Flashback, which is the little boomerang right next to it. James?
Oh my God, here we go. So I think my least favorite B&M is easily one of the stand-up coasters I've been on. Maybe Green Lantern, maybe Apocalypse before it became Firebird. And I think my favorite B&M would probably be Candemonium at Hershey. That's a really fun hypercoaster. My least favorite manufacturer is probably Wisdom Rides because of Pirates Hideaway. And I think my favorite manufacturer would probably be RMC. And my least favorite Intamin coaster, oh man, I don't know. I've been on so many good ones, so I can't really name a bad one. But if I have to name like a least favorite, it'd probably be Skull Mountain. And then my least favorite Vekoma, I have no idea. Probably Flashback and New England, because that's one of the worst boomerangs I've been on. So,
Jack?
yeah.
I mean, I haven't really been on a bad B&M, but I guess Vortex at Carowinds, and then also Fury at Carowinds is the best B&M. But least favorite manufacturer, I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite manufacturer, because a lot of the Vekomas I've been on even are pretty good. And then my favorite would be Intamin. Least favorite Intamin coaster, probably Skull Mountain also. Like, I haven't really been on a bad one. Least favorite Vekoma, probably Riddler Revenge at New England. I don't know. Even though it has the new trains, it's just not really that good. And yeah.
All right, so I'm trying to, Colin, first off, shout out to you for giving me that format for the Excel sheet as to what I've been on, because it's so nice just to sort them and say, oh, okay, B&M's cool, this is what I've done. But least favorite B&M also has to be Firebird at Six Flags America. That rattled me good. Favorite and least favorite manufacturer, I'm going to also say Intamin is my favorite, with a shout out to PTC, because when those Woodies are well maintained and they're running smoothly, they're great. But we all know what can happen if those coasters aren't maintained well. So honorable mention goes out to PTC for that. And I guess I'll also say Wisdom is my least favorite, because I've only been on Pirates Hideaway and it wasn't that good. And my least favorite Vekoma coaster, I'll say Possessed. I'm going to take Skull Mountain over Possessed at Dorney. And I think I hit all of them. Did I hit all the questions?
I think so.
Cool. Yeah. There's a lot to Joe.
Good evening, Storming Coasters. Hello, Mason Dustin. And we got a lot of questions here from Hank Tendrils again. Least favorite Premier Rides coaster. I'll come back to that one. Least favorite RMC. Least favorite Skywarp. I don't know that any of us have ridden Skywarp.
Nope.
Least favorite Arrow. Least favorite Togo. I don't think any of us have ridden Togos either.
Nope.
Unless I'm wrong.
I've seen Big Apple Coaster, but I didn't ride it because I've heard it's so bad.
When I was between ages 3 and 5, I walked by Viper at Great Adventure.
So least favorite Premier. Man, I guess Revenge of the Mummy, because it's more of a dark ride than a thrill coaster. Least favorite RMC is New Texas Giant, but it's still a really good ride. Have not ridden a Skywarp. Least favorite Arrow. Ooh, there's a lot to pick. There's a lot of them are pretty bad. Man, maybe one of the mine trains. I really can't think of a really, really bad Arrow right now. And I haven't ridden a Togo either. James?
So real quick, before I answer this question, I actually got to correct myself, because I wasn't thinking for some reason and forgot to say Fury was actually my favorite B&M, because that's my number 2 or my number 3. So just gonna correct myself on that. But my least favorite Premier coaster, I gotta be honest, probably Flight of Fear at Kings Island. When I rode it last month, it was more of a rough ride, so I'd probably have to go with Flight of Fear. I think my least favorite RMC, I'm not sure. See, the smart answer would be Jersey Devil Coaster, so I'm probably just going to leave it at that. So, yeah, I have not been on a Skywarp. And my least favorite Arrow Coaster, I'm not really sure. It's got to be one of the mine trains. In terms of just, I don't know. I think it might be Carolina Gold Rusher, because it didn't really do too much. And I have not ridden a Togo coaster either. So, yeah.
Least favorite Premier, probably Backlot at Canada's Wonderland. It's just not that good. Least favorite RMC, probably Jersey Devil Coaster. I mean, it's not a bad ride or anything, but it's not as good as the iBoxes. Haven't been on a Skywarp. I honestly can't say I've been on a bad aerodynamics coaster. So I don't think I have a least favorite. Maybe Dragonfire at Canada's Wonderland. And least favorite Togo, I've not been on one.
Yeah, and so Premier Rides, I'm going to go with the Skyrocket 2 Tempesto of BGW. Least favorite RMC has to be Jersey Devil, because my only other 2 that I've done were Twisted Timbers and Wicked Cyclone. So that's the default there. No Skywarp for me. Anaconda from Arrow at KD really banged me up yesterday. Got me good in the neck when I slammed the restraint. So, or when I was on the ride, got slammed to the side, hit my neck. So it's definitely going to be Anaconda, and no Togo for me either.
So there's actually a ton of questions in the chat. So shout out to all of you guys here. So I'm going to try to get us all to speed through this real quick. It looks like we actually got a super chat. Thank you, John, for the $10 super chat. How would you feel if Time Warner acquired Six Flags and made Great Adventure the favorite park in the chain and tested new stuff out before rolling it out to the rest of the chain? That's a very good question. I don't know how to make this appear on the screen. Oh, there we go. Okay,
Oh, so like going back to like the 90s when Time Warner owned it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really good.
Yeah, I mean, they could put more of their properties in and actually, you know, put some good theming on them. Like, you know, we've probably all seen Batman during its opening year, how good the theming looked on that, and more.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Time Warner ownership would look like nowadays. Who knows if they go all out on the theming like they did in years past. But yeah, testing new stuff too before rolling it out to the rest of the chain. So basically making ours the park that gets dumped with prototypes, like kind of how Fiesta Texas has been in the past few years. I would like it. I think we have the room for it. And I would hope if Time Warner ever did reacquire the chain, that they would get back to that level of theming we got used to, like with Batman and how Skull Mountain used to look and all that kind of stuff. So I think it definitely benefit the parks, but the return of theming and stuff like that is stuff that could easily be taken up by current management if they wanted to go that route, but we'll see.
I think it would actually be great if Time Warner acquired Six Flags nowadays. I'm just imagining how a Time Warner version of Justice League Battle for Metropolis would look. It'd probably be insane. But yeah, I think it'd be a really good thing if Time Warner acquired Six Flags.
I agree. They would have really kept up their theming that they started with Batman. And it just would have been overall really interesting to see what they would have done to the parks. Again, John, thank you for the super chat, and let's move on. That is Tom from Tom's Tracks.
Yes, 99. It is me.
I think I speak for everyone when I say we're all doing really good tonight. Favorite and least favorite. Okay. Favorite and least favorite coaster YouTuber. I will not be saying least favorite coaster YouTuber because that's not exactly right.
Mine's Hollywood Studios.
Me too.
Yeah,
we were all thinking it.
My favorite, I'm going to have to say, is probably Airtime Thrills. He makes some really great content. WMY Coasters, who is actually in the stream right now, Lucan, really makes some really great content as well. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I just watched Airtime Thrills' newest By the Numbers video last night after I got back from King's Dominion. I was watching that while I was getting ready to go to bed. It was really cool. His content is always so well planned out, and he goes beyond like the general, like, what are my top coasters? What is this park like? Like, I love the in-depth analysis, all stuff like that, and he's probably the best at that. So I'm going to have to agree with you on Airtime Thrills.
Jack, James?
I don't know.
I'd let Jack go.
I think Airtime Thrills is very good. I like El Toro Orion a lot. I don't know. I can't really think of any other ones that are like my favorites. But
I'm gonna agree with Jack. I think Airtime Thrills makes some fantastic videos. Same thing with El Toro Orion. And least favorite. I was joking. I don't have a least favorite. I really can't say. But because I don't really watch YouTube that much. But when I do watch YouTube, definitely the best ones are El Toro Orion and Airtime Thrills.
Next question. I'm guessing you're just sharing your top 5 with us. 5 Texas Stingray, 4 Wonder Woman, 3 Mr. Freeze, 2 new Texas Giant, 1 IRAT. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in the stream that's here that has ridden all of those, and I think that's a pretty good way to rank it. I would take Wonder Woman over New Texas Giant personally, and probably Stingray over Mr. Freeze. But overall, I definitely think that's a pretty good list right there. Hi, brother Tom.
Yes, hi, Mark. Yeah, we're both in the same fraternity for anyone wondering. So that's why I'm brother Tom.
We got another Tom.
Hey,
Thrills is Tom.
Elite name.
Oops. Hail Symphonia. I'm guessing that's your.
Yes, Find New Alpha Symphonia.
What are your thoughts on Hydrus at Casino Pier? I love Hydrus. It's a really, really fun ride at a really, really great park. For the size that Casino Pier really had to work with, the plot of land, they just did it perfectly. I love the layout. Hang time is great. Positive G's are great. It's just overall a really fun ride.
I agree. Hydrus was the perfect addition to Casino Pier, especially after they lost Starjet. So yeah, Hydrus is a great ride.
Yeah, I finally got to ride that this year, and we got a pretty great picture out of it too, but courtesy of Bob. So I really liked it. I think it was my first Gerstlauer, was it? I think so. You know what? Colin coming in clutch with this. Yeah, it was my first Gerstlauer. So yeah, it was a great introduction to that company for me. I liked it.
I know Jack, if he does go, will be riding
no.
Hydrus for the first time at Seaside Hangover. Am I right or wrong when I say that we're all going to be there? Are we all going to be there or no?
Seaside.
Yeah,
Hangover?
I'm going to be there.
I will not be.
Everyone
Three of us
except
will.
for Tom. Yeah.
I'm very excited to get back to Seaside. I always love going there. That'll actually be my third time going this year. I love Casino Pier. It's such a great park. Least favorite roller coaster.
Oh my God.
I really don't have one that sticks out. Looping Star at Keansburg is definitely up there. Goliath at New England's up there. There's quite a few coasters that are up there for me.
I don't have a least favorite coaster.
I can give a top 3 in no particular order, like worst coasters I've ridden, and it's Wildcat at Lake Compounce, Grizzly at King's Dominion, and Flashback from New England. Those are probably the 3 most painful coasters I've ever been on, and just saying their name induces massive back pain.
I can't believe I forgot Wildcat at Lake Compounce. That ride's
that was abysmal, but at least that's what we started our trip with. So we could only go from there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh God. I don't know if I should say this out loud, but I mean, it's not the worst, but it is one of my least favorite coasters. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but that is Beast to Kings Island. Oh my God.
Oh. I'm like a Beast lover, and that just pains me to hear that. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you sound like Matt Whaley. Oh.
Oh no, not him, man. No,
Shout out Matt Whaley.
Shout out to Matt Whaley.
Let's go on. So, Jack, James, and myself, I'm pretty sure, all agree that it's Fury at
yes, definitely.
Carowinds. Tom, I don't know what yours is, so.
I don't know what mine is. I haven't really given it thought, but immediately as I'm looking at the BMs I've ridden, it's got to be between Nitro and Apollo's Chariot, and I'll throw Candemonium into that mix. It's definitely between all of those. So do that with you.
Yes, it's Kriegish, Mark.
The legend himself.
Dollywood is amazing. Am I right or wrong when I say that only James and I have been there? I think I'm right.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
I think James agrees with me when I say that Dollywood, it's got a really good coaster collection. It's really nice. Lightning Rod's insane. It's a great park.
Even with Lightning Rod closed, it's still an amazing park.
Oh boy. What are your thoughts on the Voyage? So I have one of the most unpopular opinions on this ride. Even though I'm wearing a Voyage shirt right now, I did not intend to do that. Voyage is a ride that I find very overrated. You will not see it in my top 25 that will be releasing soon. And that's because I'm not big on Voyage, truly. I think that when people ride it at Hollywood Nights, when it's trimless, they definitely hype it up to proportions where it can't be, that hype that it's built up to can't be met. It just can't. And I know plenty of people like Bob who have ridden it during Hollywood Nights and say doesn't live up to the hype that it's set at from other people. So I understand why people love it. It's just not my kind of ride. I rode it in 2019. It's pretty rough. Its airtime was not very strong. It had a great layout, though. I will say I love just how far back it is, how long it is. But everything else about the ride, I'm just really not big on. But I do respect why people like it.
Oh man, so I think for the Voyage, right? So my opinion changed on it recently because I was thinking about all these coasters I've been on, and for a little bit of a time, Voyage was over Toro, but I got Toro back over Voyage. But Voyage is just such an amazing ride. I love the layout. The speed is great. It's not too rough. It's pretty smooth and just it was so re-rideable for me. But I definitely would still put Toro over it. But Voyage is really, really good in my opinion.
Sounds like we rode 2 different coasters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never been to oh my God, Holiday World. I can't talk today.
It's Holly World.
Holly World, yeah.
World.
It's been a long day with classes. But with the amount of hype that I've heard from some people and then Colin's description, I don't know what to expect of it if I do get out there. But yeah, hearing some people talk about it, I'm expecting nothing but a #1 coaster. But I don't know. We'll see if I ever get out there.
I've never been on the Voyage or been to Holiday. Sorry. But I mean, it looks like a really good ride. It's a very long ride. Has a very good layout, but like it doesn't look like it's gonna have that good airtime. Like it looks like it's all floater. Like James, is it all floater airtime?
Kind of. A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
Let's get back to whatever we were talking about. I don't really remember. All right, so we have another super chat from John yet again. Thank you, John. Or even if Time Warner did buy Six Flags again, there is a good chance they would rename it to something like Warner Brothers Movie World's GA. That's true. That's definitely true.
If you're assuming that Time Warner is going to buy just Great Adventure, like from the Six Flags chain, I don't see them dropping the Six Flags name from it unless they were to buy it, just that park, not the entirety of the chain again. And so that would probably be a different case. But yeah, I don't see a Six Flags name going away from that park.
Yeah, I don't think they'd get rid of the Six Flags name either.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Just threw money at me. That's great.
Oh.
Is that like his in-person super chat? I guess you have to skip to his question. Let's see.
Yeah.
His question is, Colin, did you do the dishes?
His question is,
this is the most recent chat from him. Nice sign, Tom.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Phil. It really ties the room together.
James is indeed crazy.
Yeah. I guess.
Okay, so there is actually no question from Mr. Filthy NJ, so yeah, unfortunately his money went to waste. Anyways, though, Atlantic City is
and here's my 2 cents too.
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Okay then.
I have to agree with WNY Coasters. Atlantic City is garbage, and yes, it did smell like weed. So
Yep.
Yeah, no, not a very good place.
I think everyone here would agree with that.
Yeah.
I've never been to AC for the coasters. I'm finally old enough to do the casinos, so maybe I'll do that. But other than that, I've only ever been to AC for the Miss America parade when I was in high school marching band. We did that every year, and every year it rained, and every year the boardwalk smelled like pee and cigars, and it wasn't a good combo. So I'm in no rush to get back to AC unless it's for the casinos.
Don't go to casino. Don't go to Steel Pier. It's not.
Yeah, it's
right.
Don't go. It's
The
not
coasters
sketchy.
didn't open until an hour after I got there, and at that point I was ready to leave. So
Woof.
favorite / most anticipated coaster in Texas. I've ridden the big coasters in Texas with the exception of Switchback and ZDTs, Boardwalk Bullet, and the one at Galveston Pier, Iron Shark. My favorite coaster in Texas, and I don't see it being dethroned, is Iron Rattler. That ride is just incredible. The drop off the quarry and the main drop, it just can't be beat. What are your guys' most anticipated coasters there? Let's start with James.
Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, I've been trying to plan a Texas trip for the past few years. I think it's finally gonna happen next year. And this ride isn't even built yet, but I'm really looking forward to Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger. But for rides that are already there, definitely any of the RMCs. Most likely Iron Rattler. It just looks like an insane ride going up the quarry. So I'm very excited for that.
I'd say my most anticipated is probably Iron Rattler. It looks like one of the best RMCs. But yeah, I don't really see any other coaster in Texas being better than it.
Yeah, I'll bandwagon and also say IRAD if I ever get out there. But personally, for me, Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast would be pretty cool. Just because chiller, nostalgia, all that good stuff. So yeah.
Mr. Freeze is incredible. I'm just gonna say that here. It's unreal. It's really just an unreal ride. What Ace events can we see you guys at? Well, we were all just at Thrillathon. I know that's a park event, but Ace is supported there. 3 of us will be at Seaside Hangover, and I'm sure I speak for us all when I say that we will be at Winter Adventure if it happens. James, I'm going to guess that you're probably going back to Storybook Land's Christmas event. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
I might try that too. I've heard a lot
You
of
might
good
go
things.
back. All depends on what Mr. Filthy NJ wants to do. But
Boss.
Storybook Land's Christmas event's great. So if you're an Ace member and you're in Jersey, definitely check it out this December.
Yeah, I've never been to the park, so I'll go there.
Yes, Jack, you might want to look.
Yeah, I see the
Oh God,
chat.
Sam, get out of here.
What's up,
What's
Filthy
up?
NJ? You definitely
you
didn't see
gonna
it 5 minutes ago.
Give Colin more money?
Dark Knight was a
I'm
great
just waiting
film,
for
but my
Nico in the room.
favorite is the 3 Days of the Condor.
Yeah, I'm gonna
never
guess a lot of these are
heard
probably way behind from. when we
Yeah,
asked.
sorry
Yeah.
that we're definitely gonna try to go through the questions a bit quicker so we can keep up with the chat.
Yeah.
Let's get a speed run going. Oh,
Sammy
look at
says
this.
hi to
It's Sam
Filthy.
again.
Dark Knight is so good.
Yeah, we wrote it 4
We
times.
wrote it
the
4
other day.
You wrote it a lot.
I-
Yeah,
With
got
the
lights
lights
on. Ryan.
on.
Amazing.
Like it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
You forgot the Flyers at Knoebels. I didn't get to
Oh,
experience
Flyers,
actually.
flat rides. Or
Flyers are
yeah.
some of my
Sorry
favorite
about that,
flat rides, so I'll
Yes.
say that.
I hit the tree trunk with that, Ryan.
Favorite drop tower? I have ridden Falcon's Fury, but I think I would take Zumanjaro over Falcon's Fury personally. I just love Zumanjaro, especially now that Kyle runs with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo that too. But I love the first gen free falls. I got to do Stuntman's free fall when I was little. Demon Drops classic, can't beat it. But that dueling element with zooming and Ka is unmatched.
I think Guardians of the Galaxy at California Adventure is my favorite. And Zumanjaro is definitely after that because it's just a very good drop tower, both in like intensity and the dueling aspect.
I think any of the taller Larson drop towers, like the one at Ocean City, New Jersey, the one at Knoebels, those are just so unexpected when you drop, and you actually feel the drop, and it's just the Larson drop towers are fantastic. So those are probably gonna be my favorite.
Favorite defunct coaster and flat. My favorite defunct coaster is probably Firehawk at Kings Island. And my favorite defunct flat, I don't even know if I've ridden a defunct flat ride. I mean, I guess El Diablo. That's all I can think of.
What a throwback.
I guess Wicked Twister. I know
That's
that only
true.
closed yesterday, so it's kind of recent, but
Wow.
that's really the only major defunct coaster I've ridden.
Rolling Thunder is the biggest defunct coaster I've ridden too, technically. Flitzer is the other one at Jenks. I haven't been on a whole lot that isn't still around. But favorite defunct flat, also going to go to Great Adventure for this one. I really loved the Hydro Flume. That's just like my off-the-cuff answer. I've been on a lot of the defunct flats because that was all I rode when I was little. So like a ton of like the old country area, for those who know that park. I spent a lot of time there, but I'll say Hydro Flume, and I would love that park to get another water ride because at its strongest, they had 4 of them, and I think they could really use it.
I think my favorite defunct coaster, it's not really my favorite, but just more for nostalgia, it's definitely going to be Rolling Thunder. I remember marathoning it all the time when I was little. And I think for my favorite defunct flat, I can't really think of any right now, so I'm probably just going to go with El Diablo, but I'm sure there's another flat that's better than that I've been on that's not here anymore.
Mean Streak did not look very good. I'll just put it there. Witch's Wheel, yes, and Enterprise. Enterprises are very fun.
Oh, and shout out to Hurler. I bought a piece of that yesterday. So
They sold that?
coaster piece.
Yeah, I didn't know they sold that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
were in a
fun.
bin. They were in a bin at the front of the register, and it was like an impulse buy. And then
Yeah,
75
they're
bucks
probably
later.
just like cutting pieces off twisted timbers. So I'd be safe when you ride that.
Yeah.
Joey has asked, favorite dark ride?
Ooh, I got to go back to Disney. I got to go back to Disney for that. Remember
James,
what I
you
did.
got one? I think I know what
Yeah.
yours is.
See, here's the thing. I haven't been to Disney since 2006, so I don't remember any of the dark rides there. So I'm probably going to go with Justice League, but I guarantee it's changing in December.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna pick
yeah.
Toy Story. I'm gonna pick Toy Story Mania. It was like a better Justice League, of course. If I can count Muppet Vision, I'll say that, but it's not really a ride. So that's my cop-out answer, Muppet Vision. But Toy
Muppet
Story
Vision
Mania,
is
why
very
not?
good.
It's very good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think either Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland or Indiana Jones, very good. But also, if you haven't been there, Legoland New York has this really cool Ninjago ride with like this instead of blasters, you use your hands to shoot. So that's pretty cool.
Think that's everyone. What is your favorite BA Schiff and Associates roller coasters?
I haven't done one, I don't think.
I don't know, Kenny. I have no clue.
If
All I know is
bet
that it's a
on
weird
one,
name.
I don't know.
I think it's someone's name and then Associates added onto it.
They're probably just a designer who made the roller coaster. I think they just make kiddie coasters.
I don't think I went on a kiddie coaster from them either. I might have. I doubt it, though.
Tom?
Oh yeah, I will. I tend not to wear my letters at the park just because. But like next time I wear letters at the park, I know we got a good picture of me in those, but yes, we will get a letter shirt picture.
Is the Wacky Worm at Gillian's a Fajoum coaster?
I think so. Yeah.
I think he's just picking obscure manufacturers.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah,
done a
he's
fish
definitely-
tank.
We can skip past Aura Sky.
Okay.
Just get
One
him
more
out of here.
Kenny
It's fine.
questions.
Don't worry about it.
Twisted Timbers, Voyage, Storm Chaser, Twisted Cyclone. That's a pretty good top 5.
Yeah.
Great job, Jordan. Wow. You know the world's greatest secret.
Wow.
Do the reveal. Drop it.
276 is a very good count. What's the next big Hollywood Studios trip? Whichever one you decide it to be. 71 credits. Nice. James is awesome.
He's all right.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
When's the next Hollywood Studios trip that Phil doesn't pay for?
Oh,
I mean,
we're
if
gonna
you
have to give it at least
guys-
10 years.
Oh my God, it's
Colin
I
might
mean,
be able to
I'm
get
partially
one.
funding my way for the graduation trip, but I don't know if I will also get you on that, Colin. I don't know. Wait, it's my graduation. You should be getting my way through.
Favorite water slide? We did go over this earlier in the stream, so I'm just going to say mine again real quick. It is Thunder Rapids, the water coaster at Fiesta, Texas. You guys want to say yours? You want to just go to the next question?
I
think
guess
he's
we go to
just
the next
saying
one.
his.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the Voyage? I did my in-depth analysis earlier in the stream, but I think it's overrated, to put it in short. Best coaster, Restraint. That's a good question. I really like El Toro's lap bars a lot. I love just regular intimate T-bars as well. Buzz bars are, of course, great because there's absolutely nothing. I like B&M clamshells, too. They're really comfortable.
Yeah, I instantly thought of the clamshells on Candemonium. I think if you got rid of the seatbelt, they'd be even better, but those ones were comfy, maybe just because they're newer, but that's going to be my answer.
I mean, for me, it's just the intimate T-bar. Like, nothing could beat that for me. So.
I gotta be honest, probably Phoenix's Buzz Bars. That ride is absolutely nuts with Buzz Bars and no seatbelts. So definitely for me, it's gonna be the PTC Buzz Bars.
Bucket list park. If we're talking U.S., I'm gonna have to say Magic Mountain by default, or Knott's, that too. But if we're talking all around the world, that's where it gets a little tougher. Energylandia is up there. What's it called? Fuji-Q Highlands up there. So is Nagashima. What's it called? Not Tokyo Disney Sea. That looks incredible as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you on Magic Mountain and then Cedar Point, but Cedar Point will be happening. Spoiler alert, that's my graduation present is Cedar Point. So I'll cross half of my bucket list off tomorrow, or not tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I got
Wishes tomorrow.
I got geology lab tomorrow, but yeah, and then internationally I'll say Alton Towers.
Yeah, I think for me, it's probably Tokyo Disney Sea, and then in the U.S., I mean, I've been to most of the major parks, like Magic Mountain, Cedar Point, all the Florida ones. Probably Kings Island. I haven't been there, so I wanted to see what that's like.
I think for me, hands down, it's got to be Nagashima Spotland. Yeah, Japan looks amazing, and Nagashima Spotland has a fantastic collection of coasters.
Yeah, gotta ride the 5-minute lift hill.
Absolutely.
RCT3 was and still is a great game. You're right on that one, Mark. Favorite element and least favorite. Ooh. I'm going to say my favorite element. Like, see, I don't want to just say a drop, like, because it would be El Toro's drop. But if we're going outside of that, I'm going to say Velocicoaster's Mosasaurus roll. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here that's ridden Velocicoaster, but that roll is just unreal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that for myself. Circle back to me.
Oh, I forgot to say least favorite element.
Oh yeah.
I don't know actually. There's a couple like really bad turns on some rides.
I know
I
you
can't
didn't
really
like
think of
the
one in specific.
you didn't like the JoJo roll on Hydrus, I know, or Hydra.
No, that's the only good part of the ride.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you were. I'm probably just thinking of your general dislike for the ride.
You know, that's the only good part of the ride, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna say what Colin was gonna say and say El Toro's drop is my favorite element on any coaster, and then my least favorite element, probably I don't know, like the trim, any mid-course brake run.
Yeah, I'll go with Nitro's mid-course brake run.
I was thinking Nitro specifically.
The unparalleled disappointment when you think you're going to get a trimless ride, especially toward the back half of the season, and they're on. It's like, oh, what the hell is that? But
yeah,
I-305's turn after the first drop. I went on that yesterday with someone who had never been to King's Dominion, and he wasn't feeling great because it turned out he just needed a lot of coffee. But like that's why he wasn't feeling good. But he said, I wasn't feeling too well, and I almost blacked out. Is that normal? I'm like, yes. Even if you're feeling 100% fine, that will happen. So,
I've never not blacked out.
Exactly.
I think my favorite element is probably Steel Vengeance's drop, and least favorite element. It's not my least favorite, but I know off the top of my head the Cobra roll on Goliath was a pain, so that's definitely one of them.
Where is Ace in his minivan?
He's in the smile of every child.
Nice sign, Tom. We already showed that one. Have y'all ridden Green Lantern at Magic Mountain yet? None of us have, as far as I know, unless Jack did.
No, but it was still up when I was there. It was just closed.
Okay. Top 3 B&M inverts. I don't want to reveal this, but in no particular order, it is Afterburn, Montu, and Raptor. I'm not going to reveal the exact order, though. James?
I don't know. I think my favorite is probably Banshee. Second favorite is probably Afterburn. I think third favorite is Alpengeist.
Jack?
I think Afterburn's my favorite, then Great Bear, then Batman at Magic Mountain.
I'll do Talon, Great Bear, Batman, and Great Adventure. Also have
Talon's up there, yeah.
What's your favorite park souvenir you've gotten? Well, if you're going to count prize winnings, then
I know
that was over the weekend.
I think that's a little...
El Toro track and the King the Ka cable piece. That was really cool to win. Really, really cool to win. James?
I'm going to have to flex on everyone, too, with just like Colin is over here with the Toro
your
track.
Prize?
Yeah, that Toro track's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the piece of rolling thunderwood. It's
yes. Yep.
Yeah. I think pretty much everyone here has one. They were pretty cool when they were selling them at Holiday in the Park during the Pinpalooza a few years ago.
Yeah, I guess because we're showing track pieces, I'll show this again. My little piece of her that I'm holding upside down for $20. That was pretty cool. And at King's Dominion yesterday, I picked up this really cool. Trying to say it on the camera, Gone but Not Forgotten Graveyard of Fallen Rides at King's Dominion. Yeah. It says stand up and show respect for those who have gone, and it's got what's on here? Shockwave, Hypersonic XLC, the Mine Shaft, and Rebel Yell backwards. So pretty cool shirt. Had to pick that up.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Since we are showing everything, here is the Toro track piece and the Ka cable that I won at Thrillathon. Speaking of Thrillathon, I don't know if I got to mention this yet. The vlog is coming out tomorrow. It's a long one, so get your popcorn ready for when that comes out because it'll be a good one if you ask me.
That was the first thing you mentioned.
I mean, it was such a fun day. I think it's the best day I've ever had at Great Adventure. Like there wasn't a moment that was not fun. Like, you know, even though during the day, like there were still long lines, it was a Saturday. Like most of the day was spent on tours, Q&A, and then we got that awesome ERT at night. So
See, I think the highlight of that day was just bullying Sam the entire day, but it's just me.
Yeah.
We only bully the people we care about, just a disclaimer. So.
Yes.
Favorite food at a park? Cinnamon bread. I prefer Silver Dollar Cities, but Dollywood's is really good too.
I'm going to have to go with I had roasted leg of lamb at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Never expected to have something like that at a theme park and have it be good. So I'll go with that.
I don't know. I have to say either like pretty much Epcot, their Italian food, very good. But then outside of Epcot, because that kind of has an advantage over every other theme park food, probably any of the Cedar Fair parks, like like full restaurants like Chicky and Pete's, or I don't know, Cedar Point has a couple of good ones.
I gotta be honest, Dollywood cinnamon bread. I haven't been to Silver Dollar City yet, but for right now, it's I'm gonna have to settle for Dollywood cinnamon bread.
What do you do for a living? Well, I'm a kid. Jack's a kid.
You could be doing something.
I mean,
Tom is at college.
most of us have
so is James,
jobs,
so-
but
Yeah, most of us have jobs.
Colin,
None
get
of
a
us
job.
really have a living.
yeah,
quite yet,
Colin's
like an
job
actual-
is this.
This is my
Yes.
job. I guess you could say
We
that.
could go with
Make
I study
$15.
media. I study media and broadcast communications and jazz guitar. So maybe I'll do something with one of those. In the summers, I was doing kitchen and bathroom remodeling demos, installations, stuff like that. So, but at this age, you do what you can find.
Yeah, I'm just doing I work at a theater, so I do lighting and I do a lot of lighting design, and that's what I want to go and do in college.
See, I work in construction, so I build houses. But for right now, I'm still doing that. But I'm also in college for engineering.
So I'm in high school, obviously. I'm hoping to become a mechanical engineer of some kind, hopefully design roller coasters. Obviously, right now, I'm doing this. Really do appreciate everyone that watches these videos. It definitely really, really just means a lot to me. Every one of you that watch the videos and show support. It's just really, really nice to know that someone enjoys the content I make. I'm guessing you're talking about Big Apple Coaster. It doesn't look that bad anymore. Most anticipated European coasters, Zadra. I'm just going to put it out there, Zadra.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, same for me.
I'd love to ride an Ultra Twister, actually, too. Again,
Do they have one of
great
those?
That is Japanese.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
there's a reason I'm a communications major, folks.
Untamed looks pretty good too.
Least favorite defunct coaster and flat ride.
Didn't we do this exact one?
We did
favorite.
Favorite.
Least favorite
Oh.
defunct coaster. Let me take a look at my trusty list here.
While you consult that, Flitzer at Jenkinson's is the only other defunct coaster I've been on, and then flat ride, I will say, I don't know. I'll throw the Autobahn bumper cars at Great Adventure, and they're just bumper cars, but they looked really nice.
I mean, I don't have a least favorite defunct coaster or flat ride. I mean, Primeval Whirl at Animal Kingdom was just okay. It didn't really do anything.
I don't know if this counts, but if we're counting stand-up to floorless conversions, definitely going to be Apocalypse. But and then flat ride, I'm not really sure. I don't think I have a least favorite flat ride.
My least favorite, after consulting my list, is going to have to be Primeval Whirl. That's because I actually enjoy all the other defunct coasters I've ridden: Rolling Thunder, Stinger, Firehawk, Vortex, among others. But yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah, I've ridden a bunch of defunct kiddie coasters, and they're all just the same. So
I can't answer this. I don't think I'm allowed to, quite frankly. I've never
Me
got to ride.
neither.
I don't think any of us got to ride Scream Machine, did we?
No,
I could
I
have,
was-
but I was afraid of roller coasters, so didn't do it. But
Yeah.
I mean, Green
The
Lantern
general
is
consensus is no.
fine.
But
Yeah,
I like Green Lantern. So
I like Green
I-
Lantern.
I don't
and
hate Green Lantern.
I've heard Scream Machine was pretty rough. So I'm not exactly saying that it was such a great ride that it needed to be replaced, but I feel like it did get replaced by another good ride.
See, I've heard that Green Lantern. Well, this is obviously from people who despise Green Lantern. I'm not one of those people, but the people say, "Great, yes, Great American Scream Machine was rough," but then they went and replaced it with another rough coaster again. I don't think that. I think Green Lantern is fine, But personally, I guess it would be interesting to see what the park would be like if Scream Machine was still there.
I think it would feel very different having
Yes.
a giant Aero Mega Looper in the park.
Yeah,
I wish it
would.
was still there.
I
So-
see Alex's comment on the bottom there.
It
saying
is
Yes.
currently, we're currently an hour into the stream, and we have a lot of questions to go through. So we're gonna try to speed through these questions as fast as we can,
Speedrun.
like very much so a speed run.
Mm.
Okay,
Let's do it.
2021
Buckle up,
summer break,
kids.
in my opinion. Nope, I had a good one. I think
Yeah, it
everyone
was-
else
it
did
was
too.
fine.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Favorite defunct roller coaster? We already went over that. Mine is Firehawk. Thoughts on Great Nor'easter? I haven't
Oh, it's an
ridden
amazing
it
ride.
in a while,
That's
so
the best also. Best
Haven't been on it.
Yeah, I
I
rode it like
remember
a
it
week
being pretty
ago.
good. Have you guys ridden Gale Force? If so, opinions.
I have
It's
not.
incredible.
Yes, I rode it like a week ago, and it was amazing as it's been. Except opening year, it was really bad, and then they retracted it, and now it's amazing.
It's a great ride. I love Gale Force.
Least favorite coaster, Steel Eel or Judge Roy Scream? Judge Roy Scream is way worse than Steel Eel. Doesn't mean it's a bad ride, though.
Haven't done either.
I haven't done either.
Fury is definitely a blast. Good. Voyage and El Toro are both pretty good. El Toro, in my opinion, definitely a lot better. Brian, Tom is asking how you... Wait, I totally...
I know what you meant. I am. Life is pretty good right now. I got my 2021 Voodoo, and we're chilling.
Whoops, I accidentally just scrolled past everything. Give me a second. Okay, a lot of people said hi. Hello, everyone that said hi. Let's see.
Hello there.
Questions. Hello, Chaz. Let's see.
Calling out Matt. We never did that.
It was okay.
It is $22 for 2 credits. The biggest credit of that is a shaky wild mouse. So
Yikes.
Cedar Point. That's
Cedar Point,
the answer to your
easily.
question. You can't beat
I
Cedar
haven't.
Point's
I haven't been
lineup.
to Cedar Point, but I'll say Cedar Point.
yeah, Cedar Point.
Cedar Point's just on a whole other level. Great Adventure can't top Cedar Point.
Yeah, even though Great Adventure has really good rides, no, it doesn't hold anything to Cedar
What
Point.
if Six Flags bought BGW?
They
Well,
get a free spin.
It's
I
gonna
hope
catch on
they
fire.
wouldn't
It's
ruin
gonna
it.
be bad.
they would definitely take good care of the animals, though. So I guess that's good.
The
Yeah,
food
they know
quality
how to
would
do
probably
that.
suffer a bit.
Yeah, that would unfortunately probably happen.
Yeah, all chopsticks around the park.
Iron Rattler definitely does kick butt. It is very good. Hello, Brian. Got a lot of stuff to scroll past here. Colin, James, and Tom, what are your thoughts on the wild one at Six Flags America? Damn, you really leave a Jack out of the equation.
Yeah, and that's actually
Yeah.
one of the coasters I've been on there. I haven't been on like any of them except Wild One.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's a coaster. I like it. I'd say it's one of the top ones there. It's certainly better than Roar, the other Woody there. So I'm gonna say that I like Wild One.
Yeah,
and
Wild
I've
One's
received
really
a. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
good. Yeah, Wild One's really good. It's I like it much better than Roar.
So I've received word from Filthy NJ that Great American Scream Machine was not replaced by a better coaster.
Well, there you go.
And he has been there since
Yes, he has
opening
ridden
day
every
of
coaster, Great Adventure that was open. So I think he's definitely able to answer that. What was your favorite Ace event? If we're not counting park events and specifically Ace events, Riding the Bull. I mean, there's not really any other answer in my books. I'm pretty sure James and I are the only ones that have a history of Ace events.
Yeah, I mean, I saw
Yes.
him once on opening day this year, but
That's
my
the other
God.
Ace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the other
the Collywood
Um,
4th of July event was good with Ace.
That
yeah,
was very fun.
no, I've actually been an Ace member for 2 years, and I have not actually been to an Ace event. The only one that would count was Thrillathon, but that even doesn't count. So, I mean, I'll be at Seaside Hangover this year. I got to talk to Brett, who's in charge of Ace New Jersey, during Thrillathon. He's really nice, so I'm sure the event's going to be great.
Yeah, same boat as Jack. Actually, I'm pretty sure we both bought our Ace memberships ahead of Winter Adventure 2020, but that was right around the time that
That's
everything
exactly
hit the
what I
fan.
did.
Yeah, everything hit the fan around then. So haven't gotten a chance to do Riding of the Bull, anything like that. Hopefully I get to something else soon.
I think the best Ace event I've done is easily CoasterCon 43, but yeah, it's tied between that and CoasterCon 41. I really can't choose which one's better.
What do you think the next ride edition is for Great Adventure? I'll let them do the talking because I think we all are in agreement.
Kitty expansion.
Oh, really?
Ride. Like big
well,
ride.
Oh, right.
collection of rides. I think.
I am pretty sure that it will be an endeavor. I just, a bunch of Six Flags parks have been adding them. So, and we're definitely not getting a coaster in the next year or two. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I think we could use an endeavor. We could use the old ride pad from our first gen one. So
Yeah.
it's still there.
Yeah, I think the Endeavor would do great at Great Adventure.
Next up, 5-year plan for the park. Well,
I assume he means Great Adventure.
yes.
I think Colin could make a good video on that.
I think I could. So let's
Yeah.
leave it to the video that will eventually come out.
Yeah.
Well, hey, maybe we have something different. No, I don't know.
No, I was thinking they were going to tear down the park in the next 5 years, but that's just me.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're just going to turn it into the safari only and just tear
Yeah.
everything else down.
Mind blower or white lightning? That's a question for me, it looks like.
Yeah, I've done neither.
I would take white lightning personally. I know some would definitely disagree on that. But I like white lightning better because I think its airtime is really good. While Mind Blower's inversion is still really cool, it's a rough ride. It's aggressive, but it's rough. It's just, I don't know. I really enjoyed white lightning when I rode it, personally. You will be riding Velocicoaster in October. Have fun. Velocicoaster is one great ride. My favorite element is going to have to be the Mosasaurus roll. I also love that just insane part of the ride where you're just blasting through the second launch. It's so much fun, if you ask me. Yeah, definitely enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm riding it in like a month or two. So
Clamshells are great. Top 3 bucket list coasters: Velocicoaster, Edgenica, and Voyage. They're all good. Definitely all good. I need a rewrite on Voyage. I'll put it that way. I definitely need a rewrite on Voyage.
Man, we
I'm
keep
trying to be
going
as
back to
positive
Voyage.
as I can about Voyage, but I need a rewrite on it because I didn't like it very much when I wrote it. Let's see here. Followed yours and Matt's stories. That's to Chaz. Let's see here. Top 1 bucket list coaster, Velocicoaster, because I hands down listed 100 reasons why it's really 100
Without
reasons.
riding it, 100
Wow.
reasons why it's the best. That's dedication.
That is definitely dedication. You must be
That's
very excited
crazy.
for Velocicoaster.
yeah,
Let's see here. Next question. Is Great Adventure to get Bugs Bunny, Boomtown, and DC Super Friends next year or 2023? So before I answer the question, Six Flags Fun. I think Tom and I probably remember you from the Great Adventure history forums back when Jersey Devil was in full rumor mill mode, and you got the prediction dead right. So I hope this is still the same person because
I think so.
you got it
yeah.
dead on. So good job to you. We haven't really heard much from you on the forums, but you got it dead right.
I mean, if you got that right, who knows? Maybe they're getting Bugs Bunny, Boomtown, and
Maybe.
DC Super Friends. But I mean, that was only added to one Six Flags park like many years ago, at least both at the same time. Six Flags over Georgia. So I don't know that Great Adventure would get those. And also, like, if I see a kiddie area, like I see Bugs Bunny National Park staying because it's a very nice kiddie area, and
It
Junior
still
Thrill
looks good
Seeker.
too.
Yeah, it does. And Junior Thrill Seekers was just put in, so that's not going anywhere.
Put in
Yeah, put in being put a new sign up.
and repainted. The repaints look nice though.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love all the shrubbery they put up too.
and Little Devil looks
Sure.
great. I don't know. I feel like if they're gonna put some of the old kids rides back, maybe add a couple more, they would do that in between Ka and Toro, where the old kids area was. But the other kids area was where Jersey Devil is, so there's not really a space for a new kids area
If
unless they really want to expand the park.
if it's not called Bugs Bunny, Boomtown, or DC Super Friends, I definitely think we're getting something kid related within the next 5 years because we're due, and we have a lot of the kids' rides still sitting.
Definitely.
I think I might as well throw my 2 cents in here. I think for a kids area, they could probably, if they don't want to build a completely new area, they could probably get rid of the Adventure Theater in what's now called Junior Thrill Seekers. Maybe put some flying scooters there, and they also have room. They also have room right next to Little Devil, so they can easily put in maybe 1 or 2 of the old Seaport rides there.
Definitely. Hey, Colin, saw you at Thrillathon. Congrats on winning the raffles. JDC's night rides were godly that night. You're number one. Wow. Yeah. Jersey
Winning
Devil was
in
incredible.
quotations. I like that.
Winning.
Yes, winning.
Yeah.
We all got some Jersey Devil night rides that night too, and it was great. I mean, I actually wound up getting front row and back row. Front row, for whatever reason, I kind of preferred it to back. Honestly, it was
I agree.
very surprising. You get some really, really good whip going through the dive loop. Airtime hill's great. The
The
stall
drop
actually
in the
better
front.
in the
The
front.
first drop up front. The hang time is great.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is really cool. Going into the crow's nest, you get really thrown, and the second half of the ride is definitely a lot better in the front row.
I'd say that it depends on the time of day. Like in the morning, the back row is the best because, then you actually get good airtime on every element. But at night, when it's just speeding through everything, you get whipped through every element in the front, while the back is really good, but sometimes not as intense.
Definitely. Anything else? Doesn't look that way. Brian has asked Tom a question.
No, I have.
Oh my
I did
God.
not win anything. Don't remind me. I'm still not sure that Colin and James didn't rig the raffle. So
I think they actually stole Tom's tickets, but I'm not sure.
yeah, something's
That's just a
fishy.
rumor.
Yeah, just a rumor.
Tom?
Yeah, at some point, like I said, the Thrillathon events, or not Thrillathon, the Coaster Power Hours are Thursday nights. I have class in Delaware until 4:45, so if I left straight there, that doesn't put me at Great Adventure until like a good 2 hours into the night. So
Yeah, you
I
don't
don't
want
know.
to show up to Fright Fest at 7:00.
Yeah.
Definitely
yeah,
not.
definitely not. So hopefully is my answer for now. I'll definitely be there once or twice at least.
Next up, what's Thrillathon? Thrillathon was the event the park hosted this past Saturday. It's pretty much their version of riding the bull, where you have morning ERT for the hour before the park opens. From there, you're gonna have raffles. They actually did 3 raffles at Thrillathon, which was incredible. Then you have tours, and the tour they did this year was behind the scenes of the employee area and the ride boneyard. Nitro, Batman's maintenance building / station, like the area where the brake run is. You walk behind what's it called? Congo Rapids over to Jersey Devil and get some really cool views of Jersey Devil. You ended up with some nighttime ERT. This year it was on the Movie Town rides and Metropolis rides, excluding Cyborg. But like I said, I think this is my 3rd time now. Thrillathon vlog will be out tomorrow, so definitely watch it if you're curious to see exactly how the day went. How wooden is El Toro on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say 9.
It's a 9 or a 10. It's very wooden.
There's some steel bolts on there, but
that one steel support over where Rolling Thunder was.
yeah.
So it's not quite 100% wooden.
I think 9 out of 10 is good.
Let's see.
For that reason.
9.
Thoughts on earlier hypercoasters like Nitro? I like them a lot. Nitro
Nitro's
is a
very
ride
good.
I feel it's way too much crap for what it is. It's a really, really good ride, especially this year. It's been insane this year.
Yeah,
I also
think
really like Apollo's Chariot.
Yeah, Airtime Thrills said it in his last Great Adventure video that he thinks Nitro gets a lot of hate because El Toro is in the same park. I agree to an extent on that. It's definitely overshadowed a bit, but it's a good ride. And Apollo was great too. It was really scenic, and I appreciated that too, just in addition to the ride itself being good. And Candemonium for that. Or that's a newer one, but yeah, I like the other ones.
Yeah, Nitro's really good. I actually just rode it earlier today, and I got a really good ride on it. So definitely Nitro, the older hypercoasters are really fun.
Oh my God, everyone. Alert the press. Bob for BK Photo Page is
Oh
here.
my
everyone.
God.
Oh my
Everyone,
God, the
wow.
legend.
Stop everything you're doing. Bob is here. This is incredible news. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Cameron.
Hi, Cameron.
Bob's here, yeah.
You got into Thrillathon without joining a club. Kind of a steal.
I'm
You're
not
the only
surprised.
person I know.
I'm
You
not
definitely
surprised.
did not have to be in a club. They just said they were basically saying anyone can come, but it's more geared towards coaster clubs. As long as you have the promo code, you can go.
Right, yeah, they were. I think. Well, they didn't encourage these coaster clubs to share the link, but they said if you get it from someone in the coaster club, that is just as good. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think just a recommendation for Great Adventure. They should do it the way Cedar Point and Dorney Park do it for Coaster Madness and Coaster Mania. where you can buy a ticket. Anyone can buy a ticket, but if you don't present a valid Coaster Club card when you're at the park for the event, then you get turned
Or
away.
with a card with someone in your group. Like, you're allowed to bring guests.
Yes, I do think guests should definitely be allowed
Direct
for
guests,
events.
but not like you can't just say, oh, these 30 people are.
Yeah, one guest per person. I think that's a pretty fair place to put it.
That sounds good.
Cedar Point does need an Endeavor. You're right.
That could be cool.
Chaz, you're 100% right there. Best element on Velocicoaster and what row? My favorite row is back row. No, it's not the most popular, but that's my opinion on it. And I have a few favorite elements. So for starters, that first Immelman where you come up, and if you're actually in the back right row, you get some crazy whip coming out of that element. It really surprised me. Of course, that second launch is awesome. Top Hat's incredible. The whole second half is great. Of course, the star of the show is the Mosasaurus roll, and that is just incredible. Thoughts on Fast and Furious?
It's not worth talking about.
No,
It's just not a good
so
ride.
bad. Let's just
The ride. I thought we were talking about the movies.
I love Universal, but wow, are they cheap with that ride?
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely done better recently because their newest ride is a dark ride that has 0 screens at Universal Studios Hollywood. But Fast and Furious is literally just King Kong ride, the buses from that, but you just go past a few screens and you're done.
Mm-hmm. How can I join ACE? So Jack actually put the link in the chat just below that. It's aceonline.org, and you just sign up for a membership. You have to pay. Obviously, it's not free, but it's definitely worth signing up for.
It's
that way you
cheap.
Can attend their
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
think
cheap.
at the basic level, it's like $30 for the year. That's what I have. It's like, I think the only thing I noticed that I don't get is a magazine. Boo.
Yeah, I mean, not really.
Yeah, like
missing too much.
the digital only membership. But if you pay a little more, you get a nice magazine 4 times a year. You get into events. Sometimes they have free events even, and you can also get discounts to pretty much any park through that. So,
Wood, are you going to Fright Fest? Yes, I'm going to Fright Fest, Floppa.
yeah, I bet he's going to the first day of Fright Fest.
I hope he is. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Should Batman, King Ka, Bizarro, and Nitro be repainted soon? We were all at the Q&A for Great Adventure, and let's just say that your wishes might be granted next year.
Yes, but they definitely
Hopefully.
could use it.
Probably not all of them at once. But
Yeah, no.
some
Definitely
of
one
them,
of them.
yes.
I would love to hang out with you at Power Hours, Joey. That'd be very fun.
Yes, join the Hollywood crew.
Yes. Bella Shannon, not a question. James, Jack, and Colin all rigged the raffle. Well, Jack didn't win anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
If I rigged the raffle,
he did a terrible job.
If
because he
anyone,
didn't
if
win
anyone
anything.
rigged it, it was myself and my cat.
I didn't rig it.
When El Toro reopens, will the Riding of the Bull event return?
I
got
do
it,
not
right?
It doesn't
think
look
so.
that way because Great Adventure is actually run. So Thrillathon is Riding of the Bull, just run by Great Adventure. So I don't think Ace is going to have a fall event at Great Adventure anymore since Thrillathon is basically that. So I don't think the name Riding of the Bull will return, even though it's such a good name. But
Yeah.
I'm very eager for El Toro's reopening, quite possibly later this year. So yes, watch for that because I'm sure it will be reopened for Fright Fest at some point.
I know the park definitely says they want to continue Thrillathon, and
I think it was too successful for them to stop.
yeah,
So,
and
Definitely.
I'm sure when El Toro is open, there will be some similar things like El Toro ERT, something like that. So the event is still around. It's just not called Riding the Bull.
I hope you had a good time at Great Adventure, Keenan the Gamma, if I'm saying that right.
yes.
Will Jersey Devil be open for Holiday in the Park?
They
This is
answered
actually
that
something
at the
we
Q&A.
heard at the Q&A, and they were
It's
very
an-
specific.
Interesting question. So most of the rides at Great Adventure have a minimum operating temperature of, I believe, 30 degrees. Like Nitro, all the B&Ms are below 30 or below. Now, the official operating temperature is actually above that at where Jersey Devil is. Jersey Devil has a minimum temperature of 34 degrees, meaning it can't operate below that. And the park is definitely going to stay with that because of how much it valued. The other rides, I looked it up. They technically have an operating temperature of 34, but I've ridden King Ka in like 28 degrees. So the park definitely doesn't always listen to that. But they did say that it's definitely going to be open through the fall, and that they will see about the winter.
Depends
And
on the weather, I
also,
guess.
Nitro, I've ridden it in 16-degree weather to add to
I've-
Jack's point there. So they
yeah.
definitely go
Oh,
below it
man.
on the rides that won't valley,
Yeah,
like Nitro and Batman, all those other rides.
which I
New
mean,
Jersey Devil has a valleying problem, so I don't know how
They're not going to risk it as often
No.
as they might with Nitro or Batman, stuff like
they're
that.
only going to run that in warm days. So
Okay. Joey, I'm super excited for these new Fright Fest events. So glad Power Hours is coming back. You agree?
Yes.
You know it.
Resounding, I'm pretty sure,
Seems like
unanimous yes.
lots
I think
of
everyone agrees.
lots of good new mazes, and of course Power Hours. So
You have been an Ace member since 1991. Wow. That's
yeah.
Wow.
that's
That's
wild.
probably when
very
you had to
impressive.
use to mail in your membership and all that.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
CCC, the Collywood Coaster Club.
Yes.
The Collywood Coaster Crew, not the Collywood Coaster Club.
No, we're not
True.
official club yet.
I wish
Let's
we
see.
were. Could you imagine?
Can we be the
You should
Hollywood
get-
Coaster
You should get
conglomerate?
admission into Thrillathon. Let's see. Toro is going to be reopened apparently next week or the following. And I heard that. I don't know how truthful it actually is, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I've heard similar things to that, but they're still like actively doing construction on it, so I don't know.
Jake Flynn, hello. Was the park a mess in terms of crowds like you expected? If you're talking about Saturday, it really wasn't that bad for
When I
Labor Day
got
week.
there on Sunday, went the day
Oh,
after,
you
and
went Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday was worse crowds actually. And then of course it rained and cleared pretty much everyone out. But when I first got there, it was more crowded than Saturday, surprisingly.
Yeah, I couldn't do Sunday. Like, I think I slept that morning till like 10.
Yeah.
I was done.
I think I was considering going, but I don't think it was worth it just for the pin.
I think we agreed our sleep health or a healthy sleeping habit was not worth a pin.
Exactly.
Nah.
Definitely come to Thrillathon. It was incredible.
It's a great event.
You'll get unique experiences that you definitely can't get anywhere else, including like you get to talk to the park president, which is pretty cool.
Directly too. It's not
Yeah,
like Cedar
like-
Point's thing with the chat and you have to text and they don't always pick you.
Yeah, no,
You
like
have your
we
hand
just
up, they're gonna pick you.
yeah.
Mystic Timbers can't operate below 30 degrees. That's interesting. Green Lantern can't operate below 40 degrees, but they do. Again, I'm not surprised because, I mean, they operate everything else below it because they can and safely, technically. I mean, it's not going to
Yeah.
valley or anything or break like other people might think. But, yeah. I don't know about that.
In the morning-
without dummies, it has issues completing the course. That's the truth.
But at
And
night,
At night, it's incredible. I
when
mean,
it's
it
trimless,
flies.
which it's always been for the last month or so.
Yeah, ever since RMC left, it's been trimless.
Yeah, it's almost like they were waiting for them to leave.
Exactly.
Who
No,
knows?
yeah.
What are your thoughts on Ryan winning the Toro piece? That was probably the most eventful part of the night because the suspense was just crazy. He's
Yeah.
looking. Oh, it's one number
Yeah,
off.
he
goes on
didn't
the
get
ground.
it.
Then he comes back up. CJ's repeating the number. He sees it. He goes up and wins. That was great. I mean, it was just perfect.
It was
I'm
almost as
glad he
good as
won.
Thanos completing the Infinity Gauntlet. It was pretty much on that. It was
Yes.
on that level, but this time, like it was good.
If you could put in a new coaster at Great Adventure, what would it be and where? Oh, and where would it be? Let's see. Anyone have ideas? I got to think.
You want to go, James?
Oh, no, you can go. That's fine.
Okay, so it's not the most thrilling option, but I would say either a gravity group or something like that. I definitely think we could use a nice family or mid-tier Woody coaster. And I think the area near where Ballin's Jungle Land used to be in Golden Kingdom could be a really good spot for that, or also the area where the Music Express used to be along the old country path. Again, just something for families or small kids that isn't El Toro. A nice wooden roller coaster. Extra kudos if it duels like Rolling Thunder did, but definitely I think that's like the one thing we are missing that we could really benefit from.
I
So-
think
Not to interrupt, but my dad has chimed in the chat and said East Coast Racers. I would love to see
That
a coaster
too.
similar to West Coast
That's a
Racers.
great
at this
idea.
park.
But Batman and Robin the Chiller.
Yes, Batman and Robin the Chiller theme. That'd be great.
I think we were actually talking about that at Thrillthon, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
we were.
That'd be incredible. Thrillthon sounds great. Yes, you should have come, Alex. You should have come.
It was great, especially Jersey Devil at night. ERT.
It was so worth it.
We just sat there on a dark night at night, and the operator, who was really cool, I forget his name, he started us off by turning all the lights and effects off. Then we went around with the normal effects. Then he just turned the work lights on, so we got to see everything, which is really cool. I've only seen it from the exit ramp with the lights on before, so that was pretty cool.
James fell.
Yeah, I fell. You can thank my college group chat for that, by the way.
I honestly wasn't
like
sure
it
how it
about
would
that.
go, but now I have a reason to come to Jersey next Labor Day weekend, I guess. Yes, you do. It was incredible. We do all want to talk to Kristen Fitzgerald. She has a lot of interesting things to say. And she wants Green Lantern to be a sit-down coaster for the record.
Yeah. It's probably not going to happen because they have Bizarro in the same park, but
If it means they have to get rid of Bizarro to do that, I say no, keep it Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah.
Thrillathon or Power Hours? I don't think that's even a question.
I think Thrillathon.
Yeah,
Thrillathon.
Power
I
Hours.
mean,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah,
I mean,
Power
Thrillathon was
Hours-
better,
Power
but
Hours was good. I don't know.
the
Power
lack
Hours
of
is
lines
just
at
the
Power
regular
Hours was
park.
good.
Regular park, a lot less lines, which is great, but you also have a lot less rides. Like Power Hours, at least in the beginning of the year, it was just the coasters, so you couldn't even get on like Zumanjaro, Justice League, Wonder Woman. But it was still a great time. But
Thrillathon didn't have half price beer though, or like whatever it was, like $6.99 beer. But
oh well.
Yeah.
I would take Thrillathon
Top
any day.
priorities.
yes, priorities.
Let's see. Have any of you been? Oh wait, first Brian is out. Have a good night.
Have a good
See
night,
you,
Brian.
Brian.
Good
Have a
to
good
see
night,
you.
Brian.
See you
Thanks for
some
tuning
point
in.
at the park very soon.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys been to Seabreeze? I have not.
Nope.
I don't
I've
think
not
any
either.
of us have.
No.
Looks
I'm
nice,
not going to show Bob's comment because Bob decided to use profanity.
Oh,
but-
no.
Put it
Oh,
on the
come
edge
on,
of the
that's like
water
an-
in the back part of the park. That'd be cool. Probably, I'm guessing you mean by log flume. Yes, Power Hours were great. Yes, they were great until
That-
everyone found out about
The
them. and they
first
started
two or
getting
three were
quiet.
awesome.
yeah, the very end was crowded, but the first couple were like no one was there. Like El Toro marathons during that were
Oh,
unbeatable.
incredible.
Didn't Matt Whaley get like 41 rides on El Toro during Power
Yes,
Hours?
he
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I only
crazy.
got, I think, most like 20 rides on El Toro during Power Hours. But
I
Yeah,
wanted to
I'm
ride
around the
every
same-
coaster a
same
lot of the
ballpark.
Yeah.
times. I wasn't just going to sit on El Toro all night, but
Yeah.
now there's Jersey Devil too, so that
Oh,
adds another marathon.
that'll
coaster.
make it even better during Fright Fest Power Hours.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
Gotta hope there's no lines.
Before I get on a roller coaster, I noticed the lines were shorter, but then after riding it, suddenly got longer.
That's
That
the best
means
feeling
that
in the
you
world.
rode it at the perfect time.
No
That's what
better feeling than
happened.
that.
on
That's what
Sunday
happens
when
in the
I
morning all the time.
went on Jersey Devil, I got on in the afternoon and I was about halfway through the line, and behind me, almost the whole queue filled up by the time I got to the station.
Power Hours was amazing back in April. Thanks, Colin and Phil, for taking us. Yes, that was really fun. Mark, you should definitely try to come back out to Great Adventure whenever you can, especially for Jersey Devil. It's running at full form right now with the trims off and the new wheels and everything. So Jersey Devil's just perfect right now. But yeah, Power Hours was a lot of fun. And with this, it looks like we've actually wound up catching up with every question. I didn't think that would actually happen.
Wow, that's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
So now that we did catch up, and it's been almost an hour and a half, put your final questions in before we end off the stream. I want to thank everyone for being on the stream. It was way more successful than I was expecting. I'm glad to have you guys here for the stream. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And-
It was fun.
Yeah, I'd definitely do this again. As long as all you guys are up for it in the chat, I'd definitely do this again with you guys. It was
Oh, I
Very
see
fun.
Bob's comment. He says
Oh, more
by
by
Joker.
Joker.
Yeah,
Okay.
but where the Great Lakes Grandstand used to be. Yeah, I think what me and
There's not
Colin were
really
actually
much
talking
room
about
there.
this
That's the problem.
earlier, that they could have Jersey Devil can actually fit right where Great Lakes Grandstand and the old Aqua Spectacle Theater were, where they put Joker. So they could have fit it right there, but they probably, weren't thinking about an RMC Raptor back in 2015 when they removed it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I knew eventually. I mean, obviously back then, I don't know if they're starting to move away from this model. It looks like they are, but it was kind of predictable as to what the Six Flags parks were going to get year to year. I really thought when we got a free spin that it would go where Chiller went, and I thought Justice League would go in the old motion simulator building, which is still there. I wish they would have kept the lake for something like Jersey Devil, and I don't know how likely it is that they'll build back near that Aquas, near where the grandstand was, because it would probably require them to remove a lot of trees, and I know that can be a hassle.
Yeah. Plus, they still use it for fireworks and that kind of stuff. Like every year, they have the big 4th of July fest, and new this year, Fright Works during Fright Fest, which is going to be on the lake. So definitely go check that out.
We'd love to host you all at Kings Island. Yes, Kings Island's a park I love. I think how many times have I been there? 3 times? Something like that. It's a park that's
I
absolutely
might
incredible.
go next year, so we'll see.
Yeah, you'll probably be able to see us there. 42 on 1 power hours for Matt on Toro. Yeah, it sounds about right.
I remember
I
that day.
remember that.
That was a fun day.
Yeah.
What coaster model is Great Adventure missing to complete the lineup? There's 2, if you ask me. One of them is a family GCI or Gravity Group. Probably more GCI because that'll be a little more tame.
Yeah. A thrilling family coaster.
And a multi-launch, specifically very similar to West Coast Racers. We definitely need a dueling coaster back in the park, and we need a launch coaster that's not King Ka. And I think that's just the perfect match, truly.
That might be a consensus answer, honestly. I know that's basically where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I think for like a GCI, actually, I was going to say this earlier, but I would love to see a GCI kind of go where, because it doesn't look like they're going to bring back Safari Off-Road Adventure. So I would love to see like a station start where Safari Off-Road Adventures, that ride station is, and just go under the log flume. Like I know it's probably won't, it will not happen. Let's just say that. But I would love to see something like that.
I wouldn't get your hopes down about Safari Off-Road Adventure also, because I know that the park is definitely still contemplating what they're going to do with that, and they definitely have some ideas up their sleeves with that.
To kind of tangent off on that point, sorry, Colin. I actually was able to hop on the investors call for the last quarter because I own stock in Six Flags, and so a lot of what they talked about had to do with our drive-through safari, and it turns out that it was a pretty significant portion of earnings for the chain based on single-day ticket revenue. So that's obviously people that don't have some type of pass or membership. There was a ton of revenue from that, so I don't know how quickly they want to give something like that up. But maybe a couple years down the line, once they recover from like all the financial losses of the last year, we could see Off-Road Adventure come back. But for now, I think the drive-through is going to be the way they go.
Thank you for your feedback, Chaz. Have a good night. I think they have something big planned for the grandstand area. I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
They could do a lot back there.
I feel like they could do a good coaster there.
Yes, Matt. It was unintentional.
Yeah.
Don't get all excited. It was unintentional. Yeah. It's a Voyage shirt. It's a boat. You're welcome.
Yeah, I have a better coaster shirt on.
SLC.
Topsail Dragster.
There's a lot of room in the dyno area. Yes, there is a lot of room, but I hope they leave that there because honestly, it is so cool back there, and I can't wait for everyone to get to experience.
You said it's better than Dinosaurs Alive at the Cedar Fair parks,
way
right?
Better. Yeah, way better.
That wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was fine. I'm excited for the Fright Fest maze that's going to be with the dinos.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
It surprised me how how really just high quality the animatronics were. The actual material they used for the dinosaurs was very realistic looking. Their movements were more than just one direction. The mouths moved, the tails moved, they moved. They made noises. Their eyeballs moved. Very surprising, honestly. Like I was really looking at it closely, and it was just very, very well done.
Yeah, there was last year. Oh yeah, SLC. Yeah.
No, Bob, we're not getting.
Yeah, do it like Michigan's Adventure. Put it right in the middle of the lake. But yeah, I think the dino area. I actually saw like a year ago an advertisement for the exact dinos they used at Great Adventure. Like it was this thing in Philadelphia, I think, a drive-through dino thing. And I looked it up, and it's actually the same company that eventually came to Great Adventure to put in all these dinosaurs. So I think like the animatronic technology is really improving in places outside of Disney and Universal, which is very good. Like So I'm excited for what that could mean for smaller or less theme parks like Great Adventure.
Mark, it was great seeing you on the stream. Thank you for joining. And hopefully we'll see you on the next one. And I have a feeling that the next live stream will be very soon. I'm very surprised and very happy about the success of this stream. So definitely expect another one coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, Joey. Nitro's a great ride. How similar was it to the Jurassic Park animatronics at IOA? About the same, if not a little better, honestly.
Yeah, those animatronics have not been replaced since the 90s, with the exception of the T-Rex in the Jurassic Park ride.
You know, it was definitely better, I'd say. Voyage killed someone. Dragster only tried to kill someone.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, we're both wearing Kill People shirts, so.
Yeah. James, which Six Flags park do you have on your shirt?
New England. Good part.
Yeah. Well, we're on the topic of killing people. I wouldn't be surprised if someone got killed trying to pull out of their parking lot with that 2-lane road.
Oh, yeah.
No,
it's like
that is the
a
worst
giant
for a
parking
park
lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then the smallest parking lot driveway ever. And so I always recommend, if you have a Diamond membership there, get the Diamond parking, because it's literally like right up at it's even the normal paid preferred parking is all the way in the back of the parking lot. It's just confusing. But
no, that the road there is just so annoying, especially when I was there. They had road work on it, which took like an hour to get through. So that was a lot of fun.
I have sat in that line for over an hour coming out of New England.
Jeez. Looks like Joey's going to finish us off for the night by saying the Fright Fest green and purple spotlights at night are very great on Main Street. That they are. Oh, we got a couple more. Mainly from Chaz. I have said Voyage feels like it's trying to kill you when the trims are off, Bob. I can't confirm or deny that one. But what I can confirm is that we're going to end the stream off. I really enjoyed doing this. I don't know about you guys, but this is a lot of fun.
This was awesome. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
this is really
I would
good.
definitely do it again.
Yeah.
So before we end it off for the night, plug everything you want to whoever's still left watching.
Coaster Complex on Instagram. Got to be the first.
Yeah. You go ahead, Joe. Jack.
Theme Park Pics 55 on Instagram.
Tom's Tracks 99 on Instagram, and I guess check out WVUD, the University of Delaware's radio station. I'll be calling some hockey games coming up soon. So if you want to listen to something non-coaster related, check that out.
Fun.
So I'm going to thank you all for joining me on the stream. And like I said, I really hope you did enjoy it. I will definitely be doing this again. And see you guys later. Stay tuned for the Thrillathon vlog tomorrow. Very excited to release that. Goodbye, everyone.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in.